Hello, audience. My name is Hansen Ime John, a creative leader of a great team. A man of vision that his dream and purpose is to create and train, motivate young youth today to become successful leader tomorrow without cutting short or cutting cuts to kill others to achieve their end. And that is the purpose why we live, their purpose of our existence. And we have done many before now. Thank God that you have an opportunity and a privilege to have me in your midst with a single wonderful topic today: how to create a leader. And we must spend most time to discuss how to create a leader. In what system can we create a leader? In what circumstances can we create a leader? How can we create good leaders that can lead a team without destroying the sheep? And that is a hard cry. And at the end of today, you see the purpose why you need to become a successful leader. We'll spend most time to discuss on leadership, and wherever you found me, what I discuss and what I tell you is how to discuss on leadership. Not to criticize those that have failed, but how to encourage those that come in the lifeline, how they can become a successful leader. Now, how to create a leader. How to create the leader is very simple. Create somewhere to go. Train and bring up followers. You cannot achieve in leadership without having a follower. And in every successful leader, you must be able to create an environment of 75 to 85% of supporters that are around you. And these are your vision sharer, and these are your vision promoter, and these are your vision keeper. A leader that does not have a vision keeper is not yet in the line of creative leader. Creative leaders work a lot. The next thing you must discover once you become a creative leader, how to recover leaders. Creative leaders recover leaders. One, brings people together. This is a great leader. A creative leader brings people together. In an environment of bringing people together, you have people you appoint as leaders. These are things that we must spend good time to discuss. And a good creative leader empower the people and also discuss the vision. If you are a leader that does not have a follower to discuss your vision you have not yet come in the lines of leadership. You must be able to come in lines of leadership by discussing your vision with people that will be able to empower it and move it to the next line of achievement. Remember, every creative leader is after his success of achievement. Every creative leader is after what he will leave behind after his temporary position. We must discuss this, that leadership is not forever. Leadership have a time frame. As a parent, you have a time you shout to your children. You take them to a certain stage that you leave them to grow. And that is leaders. When they are coming up, what you provide for them is what we know as leadership. You create an enabling environment to show them how to follow. And that is how a successful creative leader will be. A good successful parent is a creative leader that brings a vision, discuss with the children, with the family, and build together and come for the purpose. Next lines of leadership, how to build a good and a successful leader. That is the next line. And this becomes a challenge. It becomes a problem. How to build a successful leader. Good successful leader build an environment for others to follow. Good successful leader build an environment for others to grow. Good successful leader build the mindset of the people, not only his mindset. A good successful leader promote others' works. Successful leader lead others to go. Good successful leaders are people that check into the keys and the systems on how to flow. But my discussion today will spend more time to discuss on followers. Why leaders fail? Why leaders fail? And there should come a question. A successful starter become a successful follower. A successful follower become a successful leader. When a leader fell in any sector, business sector, religious sector, traditional sector, people that fell in all the environment in leadership are not good followers. Good follower provide a great result. When you are a good follower, you are putting yourself in step and in a position to become a successful leader. How can you follow? You must follow in their discussion. You must follow in their activities. Mark out what is wrong and point to the timid leader. A good follower encourages and motivates its leaders. Good follower is a tool of encouragement to leaders. We pass through a challenges and organization that were once A have dropped in leadership. There is no B to take over. Secular ranks in our environment in Africa, actually enough to see a business that was trained, empowered, built by African man that exists up to 100 years. Check back in record. Why do we fail in all these activities? One, in the present time of the vision bearer, there was no vision sharer. Two, in the present time of a vision bearer, there was no vision follower. And when the vision bearer have gone, the vision died. The vision perished. But how long can we continue in this? Our youth are complaining that there is no work. Why? Organizations keep on multiplying years ago. Now the organizations are collapsing. Why? Because there is no follower to be able to push the vision of that vision bearer to accomplish the aim at the ascent of the vision bearer. Now you must build a good environment that gives an opportunity for leaders to come up. And the next slide that you must check is a follower. Follower become a challenge. Follower becomes a problem. Follower become an issue. We keep on complaining of bad leadership. We keep on complaining in an organization. The present chairman is not doing well. The present president is not doing well. The present this is not doing well. Why do we keep on in this? Because the followers was not a quality followers. Some followers point out mistakes without looking at the mistakes of themselves. When you have a good follower, you have a good leader. When you have a bad follower, you have a bad leader. Bad leaders today create problem for today's people. But a bad follower creates the problem for the future to come. The problem of today is light and easy than the problem of the future. And that is why before you build a successful environment, you must become good and a successful follower of today that will make tomorrow good. Why leaders fail? Without being a good follower, you'll be a failure in your leadership. And that is why leaders fail. And this gives me challenge. In organizations, people plan to rob the organization before they get in to follow. And once you give them an opportunity, the opportunity has been accomplished. The organization will be shut down. And this is an outcry. That is why we spend most time to discuss that there's a lot of problem in leadership. There's a lot of problem of the youth. Problem of the youth in leadership is that they want to make it today without being a good follower. Youth, may I remind you, may I come back to you, that you cannot become a good and a successful leader without being a successful follower. You must be a successful follower that has the system to follow, that follow the trend and push the target. Every follower must have a target of who he wants to be, where to go, how to follow, how to train, how to question when the questions come, how to answer when the answer comes, and how to contribute. Remember, you cannot be a successful leader tomorrow without being a good contributor today. You must contribute today for your success of tomorrow. You cannot climb to a story building without starting from a step. May I keep on crying to our youth. You cannot be useful for your tomorrow without being useful today to be a good follower. May you try all your best to be a good and a successful follower. And when you're a successful follower, and that makes you to be a successful leader, by putting in your best to achieve the dream of the leading team leader, by putting in your best to be a direction or a helper to your leader to accomplish his dream. When you support others to accomplish his dream, others coming beside you will also support you to succeed in your dream. How to become a successful leader tomorrow. A successful leader tomorrow must be a practical, forward push, serious man of today, of correcting the wrongs and make them right, and put it in blue and white, or purple and plain, the way the system should be without fighting with anyone. A successful leader tomorrow is an individual that does not destroy someone's today. Remember, there is a minor going saying that works, what goes round comes round. He works most on leadership than any other thing. A man that petitions others when he is a follower will also be petitioned when he becomes a leader. And that is why leaders must try their best to count for tomorrow. Followers must try their best to put things together. Followers must grow up together, must rise up together, must train together, must plan together, must put things in place in support of others. And you must try your best to become a good follower today. And you become a good follower today, actually, you become a successful leader tomorrow. Without spending much of our time, who is a leader? A leader is a service provider in a common nutshell. A service provider to humanity, a service provider to God. We are created by God to fulfill a purpose here on earth. The purpose here on earth is to do that which is good. How do you know a good leader? Good leaders are those that deliver service for the help and promotion of others without waiting for any gain from anyone. Well, once you have this in mind and thought, and you think of the people, who is a good leader? Good leader, number one, the people. Number two, the people. Number three, the people. Number one, people. The people are the environment. Number two, the people are their welfare. Number three, the people are their safety. Well, once you think of this, you bring this together, that make you a successful leader. Without taking much of our time, I will spend much time today to discuss on types of leadership. Number one, we have leaders by birth. Number two, we have leaders by force. And number three, we have leaders by practice. In every given organization in the world today, these three systems of leaders work. But at the end of this discussion, we'll be able to decide who is the best leader. Leaders by birth are just one that are opportune to giving birth to a royal family. When we mean a royal family, it can be traditionally, it can also be religiously, it can also be real business-wide. When you are a son or a daughter to a director, you have been born and given an opportunity of a position to occupy at the end of the director's position. Likewise, a royal family, and likewise, a religious family. But the best system of leader, the next thing is leadership by force. A leader by force kill and destroy without thinking of who he affect or not. A leader by force is not trained, is not advisable, does not listen, does not accept, it does not please others, only do things that please himself. A leader by force does not pass through process. A leader by force does not know who is happy and who is not happy. A leader by force is a man that just come up and destroy others to take over. A leader by force is a man that can paint others red to become good. A leader by force is a man that does not have any knowledge of leadership to provide to the people, and he come up to take over leader. And now today you must look at it. But the best system of leadership, which particularly I fall into, is leader by practice. Leader by practice are those that have needs, and others have needs, and they contribute to the solve of others people's needs that makes a way for their own problem to be solved. That is leader by practice. Leader by practice are people that share vision with others, discuss vision with others. Leader by practice have the people in mind. Leader by practice does not move alone. Leader by practice does not achieve alone. When you achieve success alone, you are not leader by practice. Leader by practice look at its success as the people's success. Leader by practice look at its achievement as the people's achievement. Leader by practice build a corner that promotes others and they step on top. Leader by practice does not only want people to applaud them, but he look for a way to approach people. Leader by practice are one that ask questions and also solve questions. Leader by practice are people that create an environment and they are happy that environment is successful. Leader by practice is a man or a lady or a child that makes others happy, that contributes to his joy. When you make others happy, your joy becomes the great. And that is why you must think of who you are. The next slide, what leaders of 21st century should we expect? Leaders of 21st century must be a digital leader. Leaders of 21st century must be leaders that discuss on the economy. Leaders of 21st century must be leaders that build in a digital environment that one does not have time to travel. Leaders of 21st century is leader that makes everywhere comfortable for people to stay. You can create a successful environment for people to stay. Not until you fly to city, fly out of the country before you achieve. A leader of the 21st century are leaders that makes every environment comfortable, accountable to all its action. And we have tried all our best to put all this in place to build up good and successful leader. And in our given time, we spend time to train and discuss on African leadership. Because I believe in my time, Africa will be among the best Western world in time to come. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the few minutes that we have spent together. May God bless you all. Thank you.